Hello my friends and welcome to the Oriente train station here in Lisbon, Portugal. Today I'm going to be taking a 2.5 hour high-speed train from Lisbon to the north up to Porto. This is the fastest train in Portugal. It's called the Alfa Pendular, and in about 40 minutes we're going to be riding it instead of looking at pictures of it. The Alfa Pendular runs multiple times a day, so I was able to get my ticket the same day that I'm traveling. I will tell you though that originally I was looking at booking a 2 p.m. train and I saw that it was fully booked. So I had to switch to a 4 p.m. train. So if you're someone who already knows your travel schedule, I would advise you to buy your ticket in advance, especially if you're coming at the busy tourist season. As you can see, the train station we're at today is just across from a shopping center. I took the metro system to get here. The metro in Lisbon is clean and very well kept, very safe, so no problems there. But if you're staying in the center of Lisbon, just know that there's another station you can depart from called Santa Apollonia. Either way, you got high-speed options all the way north to Porto. I'm just gonna walk over to the shopping center to give you a wide shot of the station before I give you a little tour and we get our train. And from over here you can see it really is an interesting bit of architecture. I think that's all glass up top, and then when you get inside it's much more concrete. It's now 3:36. My train departs at 4:09, and because this is a very busy train station, I'm sure there's a lot of trains coming and going, so there's no need for me to be there early. So I'll spend the next few minutes showing you what we have in this station. In front of me there's actually a big book market. Nice to see. Obrigado. So I decided to get myself a sandwich and a drink for the ride. I picked up a club sandwich and a Coca-Cola, €5. And I believe it's right up here. So I think mine is Braga. So I'm looking for track number 5, but so far slightly confusing given that the name Porto wasn't actually on the sign. And also given that it was so tiny I could barely read it. But here we are, departing at 4:09 p.m. Braga, Porto Camp. That's me. Campania is the name of my station in the center of Porto. And now I'm curious what this Braga place is. That must be the last stop. So you can see this is the length of Portugal. We're actually going to be covering the majority of the length of the country in about 2 hours and 40 minutes, given that we're going all the way from Lisbon to Porto. And Braga is only another, I don't know how long that takes, but it only looks to be about 20 or 30 kilometers out of Porto. Here you can see a train arriving. You can tell by the appearance that this is not one of the high-speed trains. Looks to be a more local option here in Lisbon. In general though, let's just take a moment and enjoy this beautiful train station. I really wasn't a fan of the downstairs level. It was so gray and a little bit confusing to find where I was going. But now that we're up here, this is just really well designed, full of light. We've got a gentle breeze coming through. Yeah, I really like this. I really like these tracks. So as we wait for our train to arrive, I thought I'd take a walk along the gorgeous Portuguese coastline and tell you about an app that's been a total lifesaver for me as a traveler, Airalo. Yes, Airalo is the sponsor of today's video, but honestly, I've been telling friends about Airalo ever since I discovered it a couple of years ago. If you don't know, Airalo is the world's first eSIM provider. And what I love about using eSIMs is how convenient it is to set up right before your trip. For example, on this trip, I knew I was going to Portugal, but I didn't know if I was going to be going to other European countries. So what I did is I bought an eSIM that works in 42 different European countries. I decided to buy 3 gigabytes to start, but it's super easy to top up and add more data if you need it. It's also super easy to save $3 off your first eSIM using the code NEWTRAVEL3. So as soon as I landed in Lisbon, I activated my eSIM, and just like that, I had 5G data set up. And because it was set up so easily, I was able to figure out how to use the metro to get from the airport to my accommodation. It would have been way too complicated without having an eSIM. I probably would have paid like 30 euros to have a taxi. That's what makes Airalo so powerful for travelers. You've got internet set up as soon as you land, and it's available in over 200 countries and regions. If you want to try Airalo for yourself, just download the app using the link down below, or by scanning the QR code next to my head. And don't forget to use code NEWTRAVEL3 to save $3 off your first eSIM. Now, my friends, we're going to leave this gorgeous beach behind and get back to our train ride to Porto. I just remembered I should probably use this time to figure out what coach I'm in. So my ticket says I'm in coach 5, seat 23. Wow, look at all the graffiti on the local trains. I wonder if we'll have any of that on the high-speed train too. Now there was a first class option. It was only about 14 euros more. But from what I could tell, there wasn't a big difference. It was just a little bit more leg room. Oh, here comes our train. Bit of a difference from the local trains, isn't it? Okay, now where is, uh-oh. I'm way down at car 2 and I gotta be up by car 5, so I gotta run a little bit. Imagine if I missed my train as I'm making this video. That would be embarrassing. Car 4, car 5. I'm gonna make it. Obviously, I'll show you the interior as we board. Nice looking train. Well done, Portugal. Ah. We got a cafe. According to this, we have free Wi-Fi. For anyone who's traveling with suitcases, we do have a bit of bigger luggage space, but not tons. So in general, I think traveling light is a good idea. Obrigado. Okay. The sign behind me says exterior temperature 27 degrees Celsius, and right now I feel like it's 27 in here as well. But as you can see, the train is fairly full. Surprising number of people here, given that it's a weekday. But I was hoping I'd have an empty seat beside me, because it can be kind of awkward to film these videos when there's someone next to you, because, you know, they want to enjoy their train ride without some guy talking to his camera the whole time. Train ride's about 2.5 hours. We'll see if we arrive on time. My impression is that the times here are very exact. We left right on time. It was a pretty chaotic boarding process because we had people getting on the train from both ends, and also it was hot, so it was a little bit frantic there. But now that I have my bearings a little bit more, and I'm able to just take in this train, I think it really is pretty cool. Current speed, 161 kilometers per hour. Okay, so we're about an hour into the journey. As you can see on Google Maps, we're not actually on the coast, a little bit into the interior of Portugal. Beautiful views of the countryside passing by. Now, I believe there's a little cafeteria in car 3. I'm gonna take a look and see if I can find it. Of course, I had my sandwich, so I'm pretty good on food, but I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, and here's a look at the bathroom as I pass by. The temperature's okay now too, just in case I scared anyone when I said it was very warm when I got on. It was very warm. Of course, I'm giving you the honest good and bad about this journey, but so far, other than a slightly chaotic boarding process, everything's been nice. Oh, I should also mention this is a tilting train. I just felt this tilt as we went around that corner. I'm not sure if you can see that on the video, but basically as the train, imagine this is the train, as it takes turns, it actually tilts. And you can feel it, like here we go again, we're tilting. There's, I'm actually like falling over a bit because I'm in the middle right now as we're tilting. But even when you're seated, you can feel your body move to the left, move to the right. I think it's pretty cool, actually. I think it's an interesting feature. But if you are someone who is easily, you know, like if you get seasick on boats or something, you may actually find it distracting. So something else to be aware. Okay, and here is the, this is cool. I'm not going to get anything, but I'll give you a quick look at the menu as we're here. Very reasonable prices, given that we're on a train. Just over €1 for an espresso coffee. Beer for €2. Sandwiches for $3.50. Wow. But for a random weekday, I'm really surprised how many people there are. So I guess train travel is very popular here in Portugal. Yeah, we're tilting again. Feel that? Whoa. Yeah, you can see. Well, my friends, after 3 hours in the countryside, watching endless orange roofs and green rolling hills pass by, it appears that we're entering into the suburbs of Porto. We should be arriving in about 10 minutes. Almost 7 o'clock. Of course, I will show you what the train station looks like on the other side, and then we will wrap up this video. Overall, I think I can highly recommend this train ride. I had my laptop out for a while. Really easy to work on this train. Very comfortable seats. And there, once again, is the view of the Atlantic Ocean. We haven't seen it for much of this ride, but we're right next to the coast now. Look at that. Wow. Are you from Porto?
Yes.
Yeah? Nice.
You are visiting?
Visiting, yeah. Just Lisbon and now Porto. Yeah, my first time.
Oh, you would like it.
My country, we still have snow.
Yes.
In Canada, we still have snow. Yeah. Okay, don't make the mistake I just made. I had my bag, I was already at the door ready to go. And I got talking with this woman from Porto, and she told me the next stop is actually Vila Nova de Gaia, which is the other side of the river. And then after that, we have the Porto stop. So we are running a few minutes late. The arrival time on the ticket was 6:48. So I would say by the time we stop here and then we make it to Porto, maybe we'll be 20, 30 minutes late. Huh. Actually, we're only 15 minutes late. The distance from across the river to the final stop was very short. And here we are. It is a nice train, from the inside, from the outside. And just like that, my friends, as the trains continue their journey further north, we continue our journey and begin to explore Porto, a city that, when it comes to international travel, might not have as much name recognition as Lisbon, but I've met many travelers who told me that they actually prefer their time in Porto to their time in Lisbon. So I managed to find the front of the train station. As you can see, it's significantly smaller than the one that I entered into in Lisbon. But you could also say this one has some more old world charm, shall we say. And I'm sure there's more of that charm waiting for us in the city of Porto. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.